Revelation. Now, something very interesting I have discovered in the last 4 or 6 weeks, whatever it is that I've been studying this, and I want you to be aware that there is much information out there. There are many interpretations as there are websites. And I am most concerned when people start into the book of Revelation. You turn on a YouTube or you turn on a video online, and if they begin by condemning other brothers and sisters or damning them, I want you to turn it off. Because that is not God's heart for us to learn His Word. I'm just brokenhearted when I started listening to some of these videos and reading what people are saying about their brothers and sisters. And the book of Revelation is not something we can interpret as easy as some math problem. So we are to go to this open-minded. When was the last time you could read the book of Revelation without a preconceived idea of what you thought would happen? Or have we been told our whole lives that this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, so we begin looking for it? Tonight, let's learn to just say, hey, okay, we really don't know what it says, and we started out the whole class like that. But we want to hear some new thoughts, ideas, how to apply this from the Lord. So quickly, we're going to run through where we've been. Where have we been? In Revelation 1, Jesus called John into a vision and said, this must take place soon. And he was telling John. And then he told John to take it to heart, just like we're told to take it to heart. And then he said, John says, he is our companion in suffering, kingdom, and patient endurance in Jesus. Those are common terms all the way through the book. Endurance. Endurance. Patient endurance. Chapters 2 and 3 are letters to the churches, 7 churches in Asia Minor. Today's present Turkey. There's that little map. Mike showed it to you. It's a circular Roman road that those churches were on. And they were the churches during that time. Now, I am sure that those letters were written to each one of those churches as a report card and to stir their hearts. But I also believe that they're to us today. And we can look at them and we see historical things that have happened, but every one of these churches have promises. And I marked them all in yellow for you, and I want you to think about these in the next week. Look at the promises God has given to us. For those who would listen, those who should listen, your ears should listen. Here, I will do this for anyone who has victory over sin. I will do anyone who has victory over sin. I will do this for anyone who has victory over sin. I will do this for anyone who has victory over sin. He's talking to you. So I want you to be encouraged and look at these promises. He who has ears, let him hear. Then, in chapters 4 and 5, we saw the vision of the throne room in heaven. We saw Karen's amazing painting and some of the interpretations of the scroll. And for me, that was an amazing picture that I got to see of the throne room and how God had helped her paint that picture a while back. For me, the scroll, it's written on both sides, so that is something very, very important, eternal, when it's written on both sides. And it was sealed with 7 seals. And many interpret that whole scroll to be the title of the universe. And only one person is worthy to open the scroll to the title of the universe. And only one person paid for the title of the universe, and that is Jesus. He was the only one that was worth it. Next, we moved into the seals of the scroll being opened. And the one thing that I want to point to everyone's attention before I go any further is in verses 13 and 14. It says, the stars in the sky fell to the earth. They dropped like figs from a tree, shaken by a strong wind. And the sky rolled back like a scroll, and every mountain and island was moved out of its place. Okay? For me personally, chapter 6 ends with the end of the world. Okay? But we had just seen it all from a spiritual war going on in heaven. Now, John shifts to chapter 7 and 8, where there's triumphant saints in heaven. The triumphant saints in heaven that end in silence. Then chapters 8 through 11, another vision. Now this is the third vision. A different point of view, a different mountaintop, looking at the same valley, okay? And we see on earth the 7 angels with the 7 trumpets. We saw demonic attacks, God's provision for his 2 messengers, and then man's reaction to God's mercy, which was they did not want anything to do with God. And then chapter 7 ended being ready for the 7th trumpet. The 7th trumpet again, the end of the world. So now let's look at chapter 12. That's where we're going to concentrate just for a few minutes. I know I ran through that very fast, but we've all been there. So we just wanted to kind of highlight that. But I'm going to ask, if you are comfortable, we can start at this table and let's just read the chapter. And you can read 2 to 3 verses and then the next person. Are we okay with that? Okay. Would you mind starting, Laura?
Sure.
Okay. Chapter 12 of the book of Revelation.
The woman and the dragon. A great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. She was pregnant and cried out in pain as she was about to give birth. Then another sign appeared in heaven, an enormous red dragon, with 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns on its heads.
Next verse.
She gave